Well, hello there! Welcome once more to Country's Kitchen. And if this is your first time stopping by, I'd like to say a very warm welcome to you. Yes, we're serving it hot, spicy hot with this delicious green chili sauce today. I really hope you stay with me through this video and I really hope you give this a try afterwards. So we're going straight to my garden to pick our ingredients. I have all these peppers. Just amazing. This one the heat is killing, so even though it's not too big, I'm gonna pick it still. So these are banana peppers. They are no way spicy, just sweet, but I'm using them, incorporating them in my sauce because it's green, green chili sauce. It's just, I like to use a lot of green ingredients. You can use all spicy depending on how hot you want it, or a combination of sweet or just very mild peppers and the hot ones. These are jalapeños. These are hot but not extremely hot either. And I already have in my freezer some Serrano chilies that I also picked for my other plant. I don't have any more on that right now, so we're going back inside and start our sauce. So here we look in the freezer. I have here some green peppers that I've picked, so it's a combination of all three, the banana peppers, serranos, and jalapenos. So I have everything, all my ingredients here in my basin now, and so I'm just giving you a quick look at everything. I have some ginger, scallions. I'm going to use some coriander or cilantro. I have some green bell peppers, 2 of them, and all my other ingredients from my garden. And all these I try to use everything organic because everything else coming from my garden is organic, and if you're gonna make this, then I might as well just add everything else that I bought to be organic. So I'm just going ahead to peel my ginger, pull the stalks off my peppers, and basically get every ingredient ready. Clean everything that needs to be cleaned, wash them, and then we'll start making our sauce. So like I was saying, you can use any peppers of choice. This is green chili sauce, so there's a whole variety, huge variety of green chilies or green peppers. You can use any kind that you have. Before I could harvest stuff from my garden to make my chilies, I would just use serranos, green bell peppers, my scallions, cilantro, and parsley or anything. I just like to have my green herbs in there as well as the scallions. Instead of using white onion, feel free to use white onions. The difference in the color really isn't that much when it is done. Basically, I would even say no difference, but I just like the taste of having that scallions in there. But you could go ahead and just use like a large white onion or any kind of onion. Definitely not red onion because it's going to alter the color of your green chili sauce. So everything is all washed and prepped, and now we are just going to go ahead and start blending our ingredients. So for my green bell pepper, of course, I'm just going to go ahead and try to get the seeds out, and that's basically it. Cut them up just so my blender can work its way through it. And that's it. Just add it to the other ingredients here. Just cut up my scallions into sizes that will be easy to blend as well. That's a lot of scallions. That is, yeah, 3 big bunches, whole bunches of scallions. I like it. Like I'm saying, you could use less of this or just use white onions. That works just as well. And since this is quite a lot of ingredients, we are just going to be blending in batches, in 2 batches. So I added my coriander or cilantro here, a few of the chilies and ginger, and I start blending. So whilst we blend our ingredients, I'm just going to go ahead and start preparing for us to start cooking our blended ingredients. So I poured in here about a third cup of virgin coconut oil, maybe a half a cup. I've added my first batch of blended ingredients, and now I'm just going to turn on the flame for it to start cooking. Bear in mind, I didn't fry any onions or anything in here. That is how I like to make mine. Just blend everything straight into the coconut oil and let it cook. This is cold pressed coconut oil, so it doesn't have any strong aroma or taste to it. So there's no need for me to cook in an onion or anything. But depending on the kind of coconut oil you're using, you might want to just cook some coconut oil onions in there just to tone it down a little bit. So I blend my second batch of ingredients, and at this point I'm already cooking the first one. As you can see, it's already starting to boil, and I'm just giving it a little stir and just go ahead and add the second batch. You don't need to do it this way. You could wait for everything to be blended and then just start cooking, but this is not cooked too much ahead of the second batch anyway, so it still works out good. And I'm just gonna go ahead and scrape the sides of my blender. I want to get everything in here. And that's basically it. I'm just gonna let this cook down. Yeah, see the 2 tones of greens. The second batch had a lot more of the ginger in there and more of the banana peppers, which is not very green, like not bright green. So that is why there's a variation in the tones. So of course, the greener your ingredients, the greener your sauce will be. So this is cooking with very little oil at this point. I like to add the most part of my coconut oil into the sauce after it is like halfway cooked, and that way you still have that intensity of the coconut oil. You smell it, you taste it even better that way. I am turning down my heat even more, even though it was so this from medium to very low, because this part retains a lot of heat anyway, and you want this to simmer gently. This doesn't cook for too long. All you need is about 25 to 30 minutes. As soon as most of the moisture is out of your sauce, it is really actually done. That is all it takes, not too much. So this is cooking beautifully now, still with very little oil, and I'm just gonna go ahead and season it. At this point it has cooked for about 20 minutes now, so I'm just gonna put in 1 seasoning cube. This is a shrimp seasoning cube, and then of course I'll taste it for salt after this, and then I'll add in a little bit of salt as needed. So I'm just gonna let this cook for about 2 extra minutes, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and add some oil. This smells so good. It tastes very good too. If you love prosciutto sauce, green chili sauce, even if you've not had it before, I hope you give this a try. This pairs so well with your fried yam, your kenke, you know, your banku, anything that you would want to eat something spicy with. You could have it with your rice. It still tastes amazing. Do you see that color? It's getting very dark in here at this point, but this is gorgeous. You will love it. So now I'm adding an extra half cup of virgin coconut oil. Like I said, this is cold pressed, so no funny taste. It can go in at any point. You can just even drink it. You know, you can put it in some things. You can, some people put it in medicine to drink, or just a teaspoon of this to drink for medicinal purposes. Anyway, no funny taste. And now look, it has lightened up our sauce for sure. It's not as thick anymore, and of course the flavor and aroma is intensified at this point. I'm just going to add some salt. Of course, this is always going to be according to your taste. And at this point, we can say we're done. I don't like to fry mine to be all the way dry. You can cook it longer, but I tend to like to store mine in the fridge anyway. You know, it stores perfectly well in the fridge. It is going to thicken up because the virgin coconut oil, when it gets in the fridge, of course, it is going to just solidify. But if you bring it out, you know, take as much as you need for whatever you're going to eat, and just set it on the countertop at room temperature, it's going to just melt and your sauce will be good. If you want it warm, of course, you could put it in the microwave for about 20 to 30 seconds. Nothing too much, because depending on the amount anyway, otherwise it's just going to burn everything and destroy the flavors of your sauce. So that is pretty much it. Simple, very, very simple, delicious. And that is a big amount that I made. Just look at this, look at that. I know you want that. Make this, try this. I know you will love, love, love it. Very, very simple, very simple. In less than half hour, the green chili sauce is all done. Just let it cool, transfer it into jars like this, cover, and store. You can store this on the countertop for a few days. Like I said, I like to just refrigerate to make sure that it stays fresh and it doesn't go bad. Great gifting ideas. I'm keeping one for my household, taking two to my friends, and yes, I know they'll be very thankful. Thank you so much for watching. It is always an honor to share with you. And if this is your first time here, this is Quantue's Kitchen, where making simple, replicable, and delicious meals is my passion, and I really hope you consider subscribing to my channel. This pairs so well with our fried yam, grilled guinea fowl, and Quantue's Kitchen shito. So good, so good. Please like and share this video, and until I come your way next time with something delicious, be loving, be kind, be happy.